Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to another exciting adventure on the Planeswalker Eredean channel. Today we've got something real special today, and that is a box of Return to Ravnica. Now, there's a lot of really good stuff that can be in this set, and quite honestly, I was going to keep this and just let it sit around and collect value, but honestly, I asked Twitter, I really wanted to open this, and I was like, Twitter, should I open this? And of course, Twitter said, you need to open this. So, let us crack this on open. So, as you probably know, there are plenty of really expensive things we can get in here. Oh, come on, you butt. Including a lot of different foils, like Deathrite Shaman, or Abrupt Decay, or just regular Abrupt Decays. Unfortunately, Deathrite Shaman is not super expensive anymore. Maybe if he gets unbanned in Modern, please, Wizards. Plenty of stuff we don't want to see. Pretty much all of the guild leaders. Trostani, I think, is... No, I don't even think Trostani's worth any money anymore. We don't want to see the guild leaders, pretty much. We don't want to see Jace. We don't want to see Vraska. Really what we want to see is some Abrupt Decays. And there's a few other really good things that we can see in here. So, let us start with our first pack. We got a Golgari Mage. I forget which one they actually are called, but it's Golgari Guild Mage, basically. So let's look through our commons first. Course of Might, Eyes in the Sky, Traitor's Instinct, Courser's Accord, Essence Backlash, Drudge Beetle, Rakdos Guildgate, Void Wielder, Selenisa Sentry, Ogre Jailbreaker. That's okay, yeah, thank God. That is our first uncommon. I knew Ravnica had better uncommons than Jailbreaker. Alright, anyway, Skyline Predator, first uncommon. Rakdos Keyrune, second uncommon. Got Golgari Decoy. And we have a Counterflux, which is a pretty cool counter. So it's double blue, 1 red for an instant. And Counterflux can't be countered by spells or abilities. Counter target spell you don't control. Overload. 1 colorless, double blue, 1 red, and you may cast this spell for its overload cost. If you do, change its text by replacing all instances of target with each. So it's a real neat way of like killing like an entire combo instead of just part of a combo. We have the Knightly Valor Knight there, which is pretty cool, and a beautiful land, and I will put those to the side along with Counterflux, and I don't think, yeah, those are pretty crap uncommon, so we're just putting that to the side as well. So that'll be our little pile right there. I'll put tokens with the lands, but I love Ravnican lands so much. They are absolutely my favorite, unparalleled, I believe, by any others. Nice and genteel, just in case. So we're just going to go straight to the uncommons this time, and we'll probably start skipping the uncommons eventually. So we got Fairy Imposter, Rakdos Charm, pretty decent, Hover Barrier, and our rare is Conjured Currency, which is garbage. And alright, so for 5 and 1 blue, it's an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may exchange control of Conjured Currency and target permanent you neither own nor control. Oh well. So then we also got this bird token, which is kind of neat. It's a, Selesnya. And then we get another beautiful land. So if nothing else that we get out of this, we get some beautiful lands. Right. So let's go through the commons real quick. Oh, focus. Oh. Don't hate seeing guild gates either, but I completely skipped the... Oh, we got a shiny Golgari Decoy. Don't think that's worth anything, but kind of cool. we'll throw that there, and the beautiful plains, and we'll just throw everything else in that pile right there. We got Slaughter Games, which is a pretty neat card for 2 black-red sorcery. Slaughter Games can't be countered by spells or abilities. Name a non-land card, search target opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards that with that name and exile them, then that player shuffles his or her library. So, I've seen this in plenty of different decks. I don't know if I've seen anything recently, but it's a pretty cool card nonetheless. Pretty funny and casual for sure. Especially since you know you generally know anyway, your opponent's stuff. Let's just go through it, straight to the rare. Ooh, that is cool though, but it's cool, weird. Got Find, which is pretty neat too, and a Rest in Peace, a Centaur token, and a Beautiful Forest. Just throw all the rest of that stuff there. And Rest in Peace, 1 colorless and 1 white enchantment. Whenever Rest in Peace enters the battlefield, exile all cards from all graveyards. If a card or token would be put there into a graveyard from anywhere, put into a graveyard from anywhere, exile instead. So that's a very good one for those graveyard hate. Good sideboard in almost any format, quite frankly. If you're running white, you might as well sideboard that. Unless, I suppose, you're playing a unburial rights kind of deck. Oh, come here, you little bum. There you go. Well, that was a little bit of a butt, but damned if it didn't just peel out perfectly. So, let's go through them. Nope. Almost spoiled ourselves there. But we got Chaos Imps, which is 4 double red for a creature imp. And it has flying and unleash, and when unleash is basically when you this creature enters the battlefield, you may have it enter with 1/1, an extra 1/1 counter. It can't block if it has that 1/1 counter on it. Chaos Imps does have trample as long as it has a 1/1 counter on it, however. So pretty, decent for 6, you know, you get a 7/6 if you'd like. Not terrible, but nothing to cry home about. Another one of those awesome night tokens, which is cool. Beautiful island, and we got a shiny Centaur's Herald, which is a green, and basically brings in the Centaur, as it says, which is definitely good in those populate decks. I could say that. I could see that being played in a Selesnya populate EDH deck of some kind. Centaurs aren't a bad thing to populate. Oh, don't defocus. That was rude, camera. There we go, and we got beautiful island there again. I love Ravnica. I can't say enough about Ravnica lands. Got a Detention Sphere, 1 white, 1 colorless, 1 white, and 1 blue for an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, you may exile target non-land permanent not named Detention Sphere and all other permanents with the same name as that permanent. When it leaves the battlefield, return the exiled card to the battlefield under their owner's control. So definitely another pretty decent sideboard card for the very least, for those Azorius decks out there. I know that's a very good one again in casual or any multiplayer style format where you know what your opponent is already going to play and you don't want them to play that anymore. Selesnya Charm, not amazing, but it's a charm, which is a pretty good one. Rogue's Passage, I like this card. It's basically not a free unblockable, but you know, an uncounterable, unblockable, which is really decent. And we have Guild Feud. Let's put that there. So I always thought the Guild Feud art was pretty cool because it's got Rakdos versus Boros, which are both red, of course, and both hate each other. 5 and a 1 red enchantment at the beginning of your upkeep. Target opponent reveals the top 3 cards of his or her library. May put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield, then puts the rest into his or her graveyard. You do the same with the top 3 cards of your library. If 2 creatures are put into the battlefield this way, those creatures fight each other. So, you know, a lot of the time it will favor, of course, the biggest creatures, unless, I don't know, you have some kind of indestructible, then nothing really happens, but definitely a very interesting card, and, I think that says target opponent, right? So, yeah, target opponent, so if you play a multiplayer game, it's a good tactic to, kind of, have, political tactic. So you go, hey, I'll target you with this if you promise not to hit me with whatever you got, and we'll see what comes out, huh? It's very interesting to kind of play with each other that way. Let's see what we got here. I love that Nivix Guild Mage. I love how he just looks exactly like Ralzeric, though. So we got a Carnival Hellsteed, which, again, not something I want to see, but you know, we're gonna see a lot of stuff like this on the way to something good. For an Rakdos, or I shouldn't say and Rakdos. It's 4 red and black, Nightmare Horse, first strike, haste with Unleash, which is really amazing with Unleash, because you're hitting first strike and haste is really great as it is, but once you get a 6/5 for 6 with haste and first strike, whoo, mama, that is pretty decent. Not that the card itself is seen that much, but it is still worth a look. First strike is one of my favorite abilities. First strike and haste, I love those comboed together. So we got a bunch of shitty stuff that I almost started naming off, and I love Lvev Sky Knight too. He's a pretty cool knight. I considered making a Bant knight deck, and he was definitely on the list of consideration. So, we got Righteous Authority, 3, a white and a blue for an enchantment aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each card in its controller's hand at the beginning of the draw step of enchanted creature's controller. That player draws an additional card. I actually ran this in my Azorius Heroic deck. It definitely worked well as a 2-of. It was pretty awesome during that Ravnica Theros standard. That card in particular definitely kicked ass. Not only is the creature usually huge, but the creature, the fact you draw a card is absolutely sweet. So let's keep going. Oop. Oh, shoot. Did get a shiny Pursuit of Flight, though. And we'll put the land there, put the rest of the stuff on this little stack over here. And we have a Sphinx of the Chimes. 4 double blues, creature Sphinx, flying, discard 2 non-land cards with the same name, draw 4 cards. It's a 5/6. Nothing to cry over, but nothing to shout about either. Let's keep on going on the hype train. So we got a Deadbridge Goliath, but we also got a shiny Soul Swarm Spirit. Pretty neat. So Deadbridge Goliath, huh? We got a 2 and double green for a creature insect. with Scavenge for 4 and double green. Exile this card from your graveyard. Put a number of 1/1 counters equal to this card's power on target creature. Scavenge only has a sorcery, and it's a 5/5. So 5/5, 4/4. Never bad. If it dies, you can always use it to make something much bigger out of your graveyard for free. No, well, not for free, but uncounterable. Uncounterable is the good part. So if we just skip through everything, got a Nozori's Charm, not a bad one to have. Got an Ooze token, I'll keep that one. So we got Growing Wicks 2 and double Selesnya colors. Enchantment at the beginning of your upkeep, populate. Definitely very good, like I said, in those like Tristani style, Tristani or Rise the Redeemed EDH decks. That one's definitely can be insanity. So we have a whole bunch of stuff right here. Ultimate Price is pretty nice to have. Got Lockstone Smiter, a very decent card in for well, a lot of stuff, but it's nice in that Abzan Modern build. 1 colorless, green, and a white for a creature, Elephant Soldier. It can't be countered, and if a spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard Lockstone Spider, put it onto the battlefield instead of putting it into your graveyard. It's a 4/4 for 3. So it's 4/4 for 3 with all upside. It's a little insane. It's a little insane, let's be honest. But absolutely hoses. Countered, or any kind of control decks, pretty much. I mean, if it gets discarded, your opponent's kind of fucked. I've heard a lot of stories of people tilting as soon as it happens, and oh shit, Big Daddy, here we go. This was the other thing I forgot I wanted, but the Shocklands, baby, and it's Big Daddy Niv's Shockland. It is the Steam Vents, which I think has one of the fucking coolest arts. But it is an island mountain, and as it enters the battlefield, you may pay 2 life. If you don't, Steam Vents enters the battlefield tapped. So it can tap for blue or red, which is really cool. And if you want to have it go online right away, bam, baby, it is ready to go for just 2 life. And of course, it being an island mountain, on top of that, it can be searched with any fetch land, which is so fucking baracus. As we go through this, Dreadnought, the Militant is pretty good. Oh, we got a Tristani. Got a Tristani. Who is not, I'm not sad to see Tristani as our first mythic. I will say that. Tristani as a first mythic is not a bad one. So, double green, double white, legendary creature Dryad. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. Not amazing, but definitely can save you a battle or 2. But it's 2/5 with populate for white, green, and a colorless, and you just tap to populate for 3, which is pretty sweet, because, you know, rhino tokens, elephant tokens, oh man, for 3, that's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet, so not a bad one to get whatsoever. Way better than Big Daddy Niv Mizzet, even though I love Niv Mizzet, don't get me wrong. Big Daddy's worth like $1, maybe 2. She's at least worth 4. Or there, I should say. They are. So we got a Cyclonic Rift, 1 in a blue, and it is an instant. Return target non-land permanent you don't control to its owner's hand with overload 6 colorless and a blue. So it targets everything if all of your opponent's all stuff you're blah 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 blah. So all non-land permanents your opponent controls gets put back into their hand, and they can suck it. Basically, for 6, nothing wrong with that, baby. That is a good blue card. Not that I like it because it's blue, so whatever. Blue, get out of here. keep going. Got an Is It Charm. Never sad to see an Is It Charm, that's for sure. Got another Ultimate Price, which again, Static Caster, that's cool. Palisade Giant. Yeah, that's a decent card. Definitely a $1 rare, but it's decent. 4 double white creature giant soldier. All damage that would be dealt to you or another permanent you control is dealt to Palisade Giant instead. It is a 2/7. So that 7 body definitely helps it out, but I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think it was definitely good in the limited at the time, but I didn't actually play in the limited. I just heard about it, so I was playing at this time, but I wasn't playing, or at least active in the limited community, put it that way. Ooh, we got an Electromancer though, that's pretty cool. I saw that. We got a Mizium Mortars, that's cool. So, Mizium Mortars for 1 and a red is a sorcery, and it deals 4 damage to target creature you don't control. And with Overlord, it has 3 double red, you may cast it, and if you do, it targets all creatures you don't control. Very, very good. Very good. That wipes the opponent's board for show for 6. Alright, so we got Horncollar's Chant. Why am I reading that? Fucking goddamn it. Got Grave Betrayal and a shiny Swift Justice. So I'm not hyped about the Grave Betrayal, honestly. I'm kind of like irked about it, actually. There's not a lot of stuff that irks me, but this one does. 5 and double black enchantment. Whenever a creature you don't control dies, return it to the battlefield under your control with an additional 1/1 counter on it at the beginning of the next end step. That creature is a black zombie in addition to its other colors and types. Not a bad card at all, but it's just not great. Just not great, and it's a $1 rare, and it's a $1 rare I've seen way too much of, and that's the only reason it tilts me, is I've seen way too many Grave Betrayals in my time attacking Ravnica. Way too many. Come here. You bastard. You bastard. Alright. Got a Hallowed Fountain. I'm hyped about that, that's for sure. Nothing to be sad about there. So, much like the Steam Vents before, this one is Plains Island, taps for white or blue, and does the same 2 damage to you if you let it come into the battlefield untapped. Awesome to see, awesome to see. Shocklands have nowhere to go but up, in my opinion. They won't be reprinted until the next Ravnica block, I believe. That is my own personal belief. You don't have to take my word for it, but we won't be seeing Ravnica for at least a few more years. Got a Supreme Verdict, which is pretty sweet. This is the Wrath that can't be countered. 1 double white and a blue sorcery. Supreme Verdict can't be countered. Destroy all creatures. Sometimes it can't be countered is way better than creatures can't be regenerated. Now don't get me wrong, sometimes the other way is true, but Supreme Verdict definitely has its upsides. Alright, so we have a Angel of Serenity. Man, I don't know if this is still worth a bunch of money, but I remember a while ago this was definitely worth a lot of money. Oop, definitely gotta start stacking a new stack there, apparently. Let me just move the camera a little bit more over here, just so we can still see those rares. Alright, so we have the Angel of Serenity for triple white creature angel. She's a 5/6 with flying. When Angel of the Serenity enters the battlefield, you may exile up to 3 other target creatures from the battlefield and or creatures from graveyards. When she leaves the battlefield, return the exiled cards to their owner's hands. So she is like 3 Fiend Hunters on a stick plus some. She is B.A. Baracus, and she is absolutely beautiful. Let's get a good look on that card. Can I lose some of the light here? Maybe I need to gain some light there. Oh, just fucking focus. 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 Alright, there you go. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Definitely gonna have to check out the price on that to see if she is still up there. My luck says probably not, but you know how it goes. You know how it goes. It could go up, it could go down. We'll never know. Oh. Alright, we have Epic Experiment, and a foil Fencing Ace. I like Fencing Ace. Fencing Ace is cool. I kind of like that Goblin token too, I'll keep that. It's a cute one. It's a cute one. I don't think I'm happy about this one though. I'm pretty sure this one's not worth shit. Epic Experiment, X and red and blue sorcery. Exile the top X cards of your library. For each instant and sorcery card with converted mana cost X or less among them, you may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Then put all cards exiled this way that weren't cast into your graveyard. So, I mean, definitely has an amazing effect, and it could definitely win you the game right there, and I think that's exactly what it's designed to do. But I just swear, last time I've seen that card, and I considered using it, it was not worth much. But I could be completely wrong. I could be thinking of a completely wrong card. Let me know if I'm absolutely mistaken down in the comments below, and I am a fool. Alright, so let's keep going. We got Gerard's orders. Got a cool rhino. Got a cool rhino. And a forest. I'll keep the rhino. Alright, so Gerard's orders. 2 black and green sorcery. Search your library for up to 2 target creature cards and reveal them. Put one into your hand and the other into your graveyard. Then shuffle your library. So it's an interesting card, got an interesting ability, and it's pretty decent. Nothing to write home about, but definitely pretty good. Oops, it is. I so apologize. I do apologize. I never mean to hit the damn camera. Hold on. Hold on. I am trying to be at least a little Gentile with these things, because you never know when you could have something absolutely crazy. Got Death's Presence, 5 and a green, enchantment. Whenever a creature you control dies, put a X/1/1 counters on target creature you control, where X is the power of the creature that died. So it's pretty damn cool. I know I've seen that card before. I've got that Vigilance Elemental that comes off that one land, Grove of the Guardian. Pretty cool. But that is a pretty cool card, and it's something I can definitely consider putting into an EDH deck. I know I talk about EDH decks a lot, but you know, it's the captain of casual decks, which, you know, I mostly, let's be honest, I almost always play casual, so you know how it is. Come on, be nice and steal, be nice and steal. I think we got a foil swamp back there though. Got an Ash Zealot, pretty cool card. Double red, creature human warrior with first strike and haste. Whenever a player casts a spell from the graveyard, Ash Zealot deals 3 damage to that player. It's a good card to decide in if you're running, you know, hard red, especially if you're running red deck wins in modern. It's a very good card to sideboard in case you run against those damn Snapcaster Mage decks. That kind of hoses them. So we got, yep, a shiny swamp. The best kind, well, not swamps in particular, but the best kind of foil lands are definitely the Ravnica lands. I know most people will say, you know, the full art lands of any kind, Zendikar or the Unhinged. But come on, you gotta love the Ravnica lands. Alright, Fireman's Insight. Fucking God, just... No, please, no, please, no, not this card. Alright, fine. We got a Firemind's Insight, 5 blue and a red. Instant, search your library for an instant card with converted mana cost 3. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then repeat this process for ones that cost 2 and one that cost 1, then shuffle your library. It's a pretty decent card, but It's not that great. Gotta say, this whole thing definitely is trying to tell me to play Izzet, though, I think. There's a lot of Izzet cards we're getting. A lot of Izzet rares. Deathrite Shaman, never sad to see you, even though you're not, like, mythic and you're banned in modern. Never sad to see you. So for a Gogari, he is Creature Elf Shaman. Tap, exile target land from a graveyard. Add 1 mana pool of any color to your mana. For a black tap, exile target instant or sorcery spell from a graveyard. Each opponent loses 2 life. Green and a tap, exile target creature from a graveyard. You gain 2 life. So let's hope he is unbanned in modern sometime soon, shall we? Got one of my favorite Ravnica mountains. We got a foil Rakdos. I need to. Fuck, man. Alright, fine. Foil Rakdos. Double black, double red, legendary creature demon. You can't cast Rakdos, Lord of Riots, unless an opponent has lost life this turn. Flying trample, creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each life. 1 life your opponent have lost this turn. He's a 6/6. It's not that Rakdos is a bad card. It's not that he's a bad card, it's not that he's a bad anything, but he's my foil mythic, and he's my foil mythic. Oh man. There's not good chances of getting a foil Deathrite Shaman or a foil Abrupt Decay now. That's my sad story. That's the sad story. Got a foil, cried about it. Alright, we got a Mana Bloom, green, and X enchantment. Mana Bloom enters the battlefield with X charge counters on it. To remove a charge counter from Mana Bloom, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Activate this ability only once each turn. At the beginning of your upkeep, if Mana Bloom has no charge counters on it, return it to its owner's hand. Pretty decent card. Nothing to cry about. Got an Elemental in the Plains. Fuck, Rakdos! Get out of here! No, please, no! Couldn't you have been if you're gonna be a full guild leader, please be Tristani, come on. At least one that's worth money. Wow, oh, there we go, we got a Blood Crypt, so it is a Swamp Mountain, with the same premise as all the other, Shock Lands. Let's see, what is this, foil? It's a spawn of Rix Madi. Fucking, god damn it. Three Rakdos, oh, well not in a row, but lots of Rakdos right in a row. Not all 3 in a row, but fucking Rakdos, man. You piece of shit. Ugh. What a disappointment. What a disappointment. Alright, so we got Grove of the Guardian, which is the one that makes the big elemental. Not gonna talk too much about it. It's an okay card. It's an okay card. Probably something you want to consider for EDH for sure, because hey, populating an 8/8 elemental with vigilance is nothing to cry about. Alright. I mean, at least we got a foil mythic, right? I mean, there's always that. Rakdos' return! Oh, great! Fucking fantastic again. Sure, why not? Alright, so X and black-red. It is a sorcery. Rakdos' return deals X damage to target opponent. That player discards X cards. Man, I was so hyped, before Rakdos. Even if I never got a mythic fucking foil, I would have been still hyped after the box ended, but no, Rakdos had to ruin the fun. Underworld Connections, I'm not even going to talk about that card. I'm too tilted. I've seen that card way too many times too, and I just don't like it. Fuck you, Underworld Connections. Fuck you. Oh my god. Oh, the tilt. The tilt has caused me to stop opening properly up. We're just gonna calm down. We're gonna be happy now. We're gonna be happy. We're gonna be like, hey, it was that Deathbridge Shaman, right? Meow. Meow. Where is it? We got a pack rat. We got a pack rat. He's nothing too crazy, but he's a pack rat. For one colorless and a black, he is a creature rat. Pack rat power and toughness are equal to the number of rats you control. For 2 and a black, discard a card, put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of pack rat, and it is, of course, you know, a 1/1 basically because of itself. But it's got double X as its power toughness because you need more pack rats. Pack rats. Pack rats. Pack rat's definitely a good card in Cube, to say the very least. Come here, you fucking little piece of shit. So I mean, pack rat is not a bad card to get at all. Like I said, it is awesome to see in a cube. Cubes love pack rat. God fucking, oh my god, we got... Okay, we got Vraska the Unseen. 3 black and a green. She is a planeswalker. Vraska, she has 5 loyalty counters. +1 is until your next turn, whenever a creature deals combat damage to Vraska, destroy that creature. -3 is destroy target non-land permanent, and -7 is put 3 1/1 black assassin creature tokens onto the battlefield with whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game. That's a, you know, that's a good card to use with that Rogue's Passage. God, like that's the Planeswalker. Wouldn't even minded Jace, Architect of Thought. Come on, get out of here, Vraska. You fuck. You fuck. All right. Last pack. It is a Hypersonic Dragon. All right. So Hypersonic Dragon is 3 blue and a red. Creature, dragon, flying with haste. You may cast sorcery spells as though they had flash. So you make all your sorcery cards instants, basically, which is super awesome. Alright, everybody, so let's go through everything we got. We got a Hypersonic Dragon. Got a Vraska the Unseen. We got a Pack Rat. Got Underworld Connections. We got a Rakdos' Return. Got a Grove of the Guardians. Got a Foil Spawn of Rix Maddie, which is just, you know, common. Got a Blood Crypt, nothing to cry about at all. Mana Bloom. Rakdos, Lord of Riots, foil. Deathrite Shaman. Deathrite Shaman. Good night, I'll put him at the top. Fireman's Insight, Ashes Zealot, Death's Presence, Gerard's Orders, Epic Experiment. I need to really find out what the price for that one is. Shiny Fencing Ace, Angel of Serenity, another one. Supreme Verdict, Hollowed Fountain, Grave Betrayal, Swift Justice, Mizium Mortars. I need to know if that's still expensive too. Palisade Giant, Cyclonic Rift, Tristani, Steam Vents, Loxodon Smiter, Growing Ranks, Deadbridge Goliath. Got a foil Soulsworn Spirit, which is just an uncommon. Sphinx of the Chimes, Pursuit of Flight, which is just a foil common. Righteous Authority, Carnival Hellsteed, Guild Feud, Defension Sphere, Foil Centaur Herald, which is another common, Chaos Imps, Rest in Peace, it's another one I want to check, Slaughter Games, Foil Golgari Decoy, which is uncommon, Conjured Currency, and Counterflux. Alright, so, right now I really feel like I wish I didn't open this box, but you know how it is. It could always have been a foil Deathrite, or it could have been a foil Abrupt Decay. No Abrupt Decay is in here, which makes me sad. But still, I'm pretty happy overall, especially looking at the end of that pack, because, you know, the Deathrite Shaman, all the Shocklands, very happy to see all those things. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, have a hell of a week. Now somebody hit my music.